Hey guys, how's it going? My name's always and welcome back to Material Energy 5. In the last episode, we got some upgrades. We made the actual sag mill and the actual alloy smelter, which are upgrades from the previous versions. We had these simple versions before. These two are much faster, and the alloy smelter can act as a furnace as well, so that's kind of cool. Then we went and explored Summerhaven. We went to the top of the mountain and found some stuff there. We got a bunch of food from the butcher and started clearing out the forest. The forest is awful. There's no other way to put it. The forest is awful. There is a ton of cave spider spawners, which are terrible. They spawn really fast and they hurt. So much so that I've actually almost used up all of our Master Shuriken, which is a really good weapon for the record. And so we're going to repair that. That's the first order of business. And then we did a bunch of quests last time dealing with the hydrocarbons, the propane, butane, pentane, and hexane with the Stirling generator. And then we also made the combustion generator. We are going to start working on the oils that it wants as well. So first things first, there's a really clever way of getting Cobalt in this mod pack. So if we want to repair our Master Shuriken, because that is the most important thing, it has 4 different things that you can repair with: Ludicrate, Peridot, Atlaris, and Cobalt. Now, here is the unfortunate news. Ludicrate and Peridot do not exist in this mod pack. They don't exist. Nothing comes up for Peridot and Ludicrate. All that comes up is there's like a tank full of liquid. Atlaris and Cobalt both exist. However, Atlaris is pretty difficult to get. The only way to get this is from the ore, and we haven't found the ore yet. It is a pretty strong in-game-esque metal, so we're probably not going to find that for a while. It might be in the next area, for all I know, but I haven't found it yet, so it doesn't matter. So that leaves us with Cobalt. And that is where things get interesting. So Cobalt is craftable. And because Cobalt is also a chemical, we could get the ingot from the chemical. Now the chemical, the only way we can get it is from, okay, we could use fission, which no thanks. We could atomize molten Cobalt, which can't really do that. Or we can dissolve it from actual Cobalt ore, Cobalt blocks, Cobalt dust, Cobalt nuggets. None of those are useful. The only one that is Cobalt Illuminate, which is light blue dye. Now, I don't want to use all of our lapis and bone meal to get light blue dye. So, I had said in a previous episode that there is something really powerful with the alchemistry. In the original version, it was Mindchem. Mindchem had a very unique quirk. Wool was broken because if you dissolved wool in a chemical dissolver, or whatever that block was called, it would give you not just what you get from the wool, which is basically what you get from string, but it also give you what you get from the dye. Now, this version of the alchemistry, does not do that. If we want, for example, magenta dye, okay, I said magenta, nope, not that. Magenta dye dissolves into Han purple, which is barium, copper, silicon, oxygen. If I'm not, yeah, I got those right. I do know my chemicals a little bit. But, you know, magenta would be really good, but it doesn't work that way anymore. There is, however, magenta pigment, which we can dissolve into the same thing. It is basically just magenta dye. And to get that, we can pulverize the wool. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So I moved over some of our sheep, or rather both of our sheep, and we're going to start breeding them to get more. And we're going to start shearing them. And this is going to be our Cobalt farm. Now, I don't really need to put a carpet. We could probably get a carpet. I probably have a carpet that I could grab really quickly. And so, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, we have blue carpet. So we can start getting, you know, I realize there's a problem with all of this. We need grass. I forgot about that part. So let's grab some golden lassos. And I need to adjust this farm. Unfortunately, we can't break these. So I guess let's just do this over here. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this is the space that I have. We can lasso up these guys. We can also break the fence fairly quickly and easily. And one will be free. We'll let the baby be free for now. And we just rebuild this over here on grass so that the sheep can eat. Now, I could honestly just do this with, and then let's surround it with some cobblestone, I guess. Cobblestone is free and cheap to get, so not an issue one bit. And we'll just put some torches, make it look a little nicer. So yeah, there is obviously, we could just get the light blue dye straight from the lapis and bone meal, but lapis is kind of a limited resource. We can't just go mine some more lapis type of thing. So we'll do the sheep thing, and then all we need to do is pulverize it. So let's come over here, and we go to our pulverizer. Which, do we have any more resonant upgrades? Would be nice. No. Okay. That's fine. We'll live with that. And this will basically allow us to get light blue pigment. It is a 15% chance. Now, there might be an augment to help with that. Let's see. Augments. Pulverizer. Nope. Increase yield from ores. There might be one. Increases the chances of secondary output. So this is what we'd want. The auxiliary sieve. I thought I said sleeve for a second. So can we make that? Probably, actually. We just need a little bit more bronze, and bronze is just copper and tin, which, yes, we have. I was like, hold up. 1, 2, 3, and 1. It just looks weird. So we should be able to just alloy smelt this, make some bronze, and then make the augment. Perfect. So that will help us get more light blue, and eventually we'll be able to get what we want, which is, of course, the cobalt. And luckily these guys like to eat pretty often, so we can get quite a bit of the light blue dye pretty quickly. I don't know why there is still some eggs like escaping. It's weird. But now we should have an increased chance. I believe normally if we pulverize, it's a 15% chance, so we should get more often, and hopefully we get quite a bit, because this will give us 2 cobalt each, and in order to make an ingot we need 16, so we're going to need 8 of the light blue pigments, and we're getting string as a bonus, which is kind of cool. So while that is kind of processing and we're working on that, let's go ahead and make a couple more things. So the first thing we're going to need, in order to get tree oil, which is the other thing that we want, so to get tree oil we need a fractioning still. So that is actually not that bad to make. If we look in here, we have the glass. So redstone reception coil, pretty easy. A nickel gear, we have quite a bit of nickel. Machine frame, we can just make one of those real quick. And then all we need is Constantan gears, which Constantan is nickel and copper. It is a 1-to-1. We're going to need 4 copper and 4 nickel because we need 2 gears. So that is easy enough. Let's go ahead and get those cooked up. We need 2 more light blue. And you know what? We're going to be lazy. I do have lapis. And I do have bone meal. But this is definitely not the best way to do that. I just want to get a piece of cobalt so we can go adventuring relatively soon. So we're going to make the fractioning still. That is easy enough. So 2 constant gears. And there we go. But you might notice I have other machines on the list. So let's go ahead and put this guy down. And then you'll see the problem. So we're going to configure, we're going to have absorb from the left. And what do we need for tree oil? Well, we need resin. That's the problem. So to get resin, we need a sawmill with an augment. So we gotta go make a sawmill now, and I don't believe we have one. We have phytogenic isolator. That's fine. Now, obviously, this is going to be good because we do have a lot of oak wood, but we're gonna need to make a sawmill, and to do that, we're gonna need 2 copper gears, another machine frame, almost called a chassis. It is not a chassis. A redstone reception coil. All this is pretty easy. And then a saw blade, which is just iron and copper. Pretty simple. There is the sawmill. And then we're going to need the augment resin funnel. So we don't have any of that. We're going to need another 10 gear. We're going to need 2 copper plates. So we're going to need copper in a compactor. Redstone servo and a bucket. So all things considered, pretty easy. We'll put the sawmill down, and for the time being we'll configure it nothing. So that is going to take a minute. Let's run to the alchemy lab the fast way. That is the wrong thing. And let's get our cobalt. And there is also antimony trioxide, which is kind of cool. Don't know if we need that anytime soon, but we should be able to quickly make a cobalt ingot. And let's see how good this is at repairing our shurikens. So our ammo is, it's in here. Our ammo is what? 15. Oh, that is very good. So that is not too terrible. I can live with that. We will kind of do that on and off. I also made some more grains of infinity. I went ahead and I have, last time we made these things, the extract speed upgrades, I went ahead and just made 4 of them in total. So I made 2 more. And that's good enough for what we're doing with them. Which is, of course, we put them in with our system to make the grains of infinity. So we just throw in whatever chemicals we want, and we need an upgrade. That is not the worst. Alright, so let's get to signalum, and then we can throw that in there. Alright, cool. And then we're going to put an output, I guess it's just going to be the yellow, to this. And theoretically we put sawmill, and it's going to start, that says sap. Hold up. Let's break the machine. That should get rid of things. Yes. Okay, hold up. We need resin. So we have to use other logs. That's okay. What type do we have? We have dark oak. So let's see, resin. Spruce, jungle, birch, or acacia. I have a single jungle, so let's see what kind of saplings we have. We don't. Alright, so that is going to be a problem. There is dark oak there. That is not useful. Okay, so we're going to need to get some new saplings. And I think all of those jungle is probably going to be the best. And we can make jungle saplings. It is just cellulose and oxygen. That is super easy. So let's do exactly that. We have cellulose. We have oxygen. Let's just grab the ones that are in here. It's a little bit better. And we're going to make some jungle saplings. Perfect. By the way, I also took all of the hexane, pentane, propane, all that stuff, and threw it in the fuel, because why not? No reason for us to kind of keep that. But let's go back here. And we have the Tricapitator, which is fantastic. And let's just go ahead and grab some bone meal. And we're just going to go in here and grow a jungle tree. No big deal. I also figured out, by the way, the hotkey for our glider that is built into our... Alright, why are you having trouble? There we go. That is at least some tree. Alright, let's move it over, I guess. We could do this with spruce as well. That is really unfortunate. I don't know why it is not wanting to grow. So, I guess let's just see. Resin, it is 10 per unless it's spruce. You know what? I don't know why it went jungle. Let's go with spruce. So spruce should be kind of the same thing. And we can also make a gigantic spruce tree. Let's grab this guy, and I was just looking the wrong way. Alchemy lab. Let's do 4 recipes, or I guess let's do 5. And spruce. Alright, so spruce we can make mega trees as well. And to kind of help with this, let's grab some bone meal. And we'll use bone blocks, because why not? And let's just grab some dirt. And we can make this floating if need be. So let's try this again. A mega spruce tree is not going to be terrible. Let's see if this will work. Probably not here. Just do it like here. There we go. And then the secret, the big secret. I gotta remember, by the way, that the super amazing. Ooh, did it crash? This is a really big freeze. I will be right back. That was strange. No idea what caused it or anything like that, but it did resolve itself. So let's get over here and start chopping down this tree. And we're going to get a bunch of resin for this. And this will be kind of where I grow trees like that, if need be. At least for the time being. But that is 57 logs. Let's take... I mean, we need a bucket of tree oil. Tree oil is 200 to 100, so we need 2 buckets of resin. So we need a lot. Let's just throw in. So 10 would be. Let's throw in 50, and I think that'll give us half a bucket. And we'll see what that ends up being. And then I will grow more later if need be. But something I do need to remember is that the Staff of Traveling actually works as just a teleporter, which is really, really good. So there is 10 millibuckets. And let's put output into a chest, just to make things a little bit nicer. And we're gonna have plenty of wood at this point, but that way we can just throw in whatever we need and be done with it. Okay, so all that done, it is time. I can hit G, activates glider. G is for glider. And glide over here, and then cry because there is still more spiders. I just don't know where. Ow. Well, there's one. Oh, hey. And the spawner is right there. Cool. Let's glide away. And we can even teleport like so. Yeah, these guys are awful. There are so many of these dumb spiders, and they are absolutely tanky, hard to hit, bad. They're just bad. Alright, so what I think I want to do is come in here. I like that the spiders fall. That is nice. There is a villager over there. Like I said before, the villagers in the area are immortal as far as I can tell. And there is another spawner around that. You know, maybe the smart thing would be, instead of just trying to rush, let's put some light into the equation. And then we can rush a little bit. So let's just get some torches around. Excuse me. Please stop. And we do need to be mindful of our health, because poison. And there is, I saw the beginnings of a whatchamacallit, a hut. We know from the lore that there is a lumberjack, a very angry lumberjack, but a lumberjack over in this area. Okay, lightning occasionally is really good, just to clear things up a little bit. And there is a zombie, like, behind us. Alright, yeah, there is definitely a spawner in this area. And I saw it briefly. So that will prevent things from spawning when we, like, do things. Break the spawner. There we go. That's the do things that I was trying to think of. Let's just go ahead and turn the glider off. That is the annoying thing, is remembering to turn the glider off, so that it's not constantly floating. But yeah, I think the best way to deal with this area is definitely chop down all the trees. And then obviously we can just, you know, we can teleport up here, put some torches down, light things up so there's less chance of spawns, and just chop down tree. This feels like a very big tree. I'm going to put a torch down and dig this way. The leaves are weird. I don't know why the leaves are rendering like that. I wonder if it has to do with the fact that I'm on fast graphics. I mean, we could test that actually. Video settings, fancy. And the answer is yes. So as long as our frame rates doesn't... Unfortunately, our frame rate kind of struggles a little bit more. But it also might make it easier to spot any more spawners. I actually... there's one right here. Is there any more? I see some more spiders, but actually, frame rate's doing fine. I think we'll live with it. All right, let's finish chopping down some trees. Ow! And land on a spider apparently. All right, let's. Get into this area. There is a secret cobwebs. Okay. Let's switch back to our normal axe and get rid of these spiders. I don't see any more. Maybe there is another spawner. I don't know. It's hard to tell just because... Oh, yeah, there is. Alright, we need to get away. We need to eat. So there is one more spawner at least. So let's get in here. Put some light into the equation. And then, that was a cool sound. That was a really cool sound with the shuriken hitting the tree and making a nice ka-chunk. Alright, we need to get away. Okay. Let's just head back up. Our inventory isn't that full, but let's just head back up. Let's check on our spruce and grab another ender pearl from our ender lily, which I can make more of those. We have more ender lily seeds, so we are up to 10 secrets in terms of... Okay, frame rate is doing fine. 10 secrets in terms of like the mini chests. I had to think about that one for way too long. And let's go ahead and get another mega tree. And maybe we can we can complete the tree oil quest to see at least what's next. Alright, this is not that big of a tree. Okay, maybe it was larger than I thought. And I think that is going to be enough to complete the quest. So that is good. Let's just switch those. Alright. So the cave spiders have despawned. That is important. Let's get this processing. So another 50 spruce logs to get 1 bucket of tree oil. That is honestly really bad. Our armor is not doing too terrible. And let's glide over here. There is a few spiders left, but we know where their spawner is. That is the wrong button. Vaguely we know where their spawner is. There it is. Okay. I found it. Get across the way. And I think we're in a good place. Alright, let's just get rid of a few more trees. Clear this area up a little bit better. It's probably very dark over here. It is. Because I really haven't been paying too much attention to that. Hard to with all the spiders. It would have helped to light things up a little bit. Just because that would obviously... why are these leaves still, like, hanging around? I feel like there's another spawner up there. But we'll just cut down more trees and... No, I don't want to cut down his house. That seems rude. I already know he's very angry. I don't want to make him more angry. I mean, I am killing, I think, all of his friends. The Lumberjack. But these are bad friends. He needs better friends. I don't care if he doesn't like the villagers, but, you know, spiders are not good friends. I know they're helpful and all that, but they can be helpful in places I don't see them. I don't like spiders. Is what I'm saying. So let's see. There is a few more trees we can cut down. There is another spawner. Alright, let's... There's also orange wool. Yeah, there is another spawner right over here. Did spawn another one, but... Alright, that is... Up there is another spawner here. Okay, dude. Way too many spawners. Way too many spiders. That is the wrong axe. Okay. Bad spiders. Worse cobwebs. Alright, so... Let's clear up a little bit more area. I think we're getting to the point where there's nothing more. You know what? I kind of don't like this guy anymore. Kind of don't feel any sympathy towards him. Way too many spiders over here. Not anything against the map maker. Like, this area is fine. I don't mind this area at all. Just the lore of the dude with the spiders. Probably, you're not welcome. Well, there's nobody here. Did he leave? Did he get eaten by spiders? I'm gonna bet he got eaten by spiders. Let's just pop up here. And we're gonna destroy his house, apparently. I didn't actually mean to do that. Let's just get more logs chopped. This is really nice for our wood supply, for the record. Alright, so... Ooh, okay. Now that is a reward. There was also a spider spawner in the corner of his house. We're just going to destroy his house. You know, I don't like this guy anymore. I don't feel bad for him anymore. He has way too many spiders. Plus, there's nobody even here. How can I feel bad for a guy that's not even here? It's not home. I already cleared out his forest, so yeah. I guess the good thing is there's no more spawners. Let's just go ahead and clean this stuff up. How's our inventory? Our inventory is very full. Lore token. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to assume, just based off of that singular experience, that the lore tokens are going to be found in places of lore. So, you're kind of intended to go to each area as you unlock it, per se. Unlocking it being the going to the forest and finding the cabin. So let's get rid of a lot of this stuff. And that is a lot of wood, which is really nice. All of that oak wood, we have 570. We're going to take a stack of it and immediately start cooking it up in the furnace. So we have a bucket's worth of tree oil. Let's just make another bucket. I don't have any more. Let's grab some iron. And yeah, so we should be able to just do this. There is the tree oil bucket. Cool. That is the quest that we were working on. So refined log juice, we get 2 rare rewards. Next is hooch. So tree oil was nowhere near the level I thought it would be. I'll try hooch next. Couldn't hurt to have a sip of liquor every now and then after a long day of getting lost in some other plane of existence. So hooch is a little bit worse to make. We're going to need a vat. Luckily, it's not too bad. We're just going to need to make a vat. And that is definitely doable. So let's see. Do we have tanks? I do. Let's store this tree oil that we'll probably never use in a tank. And can we make a vat real quick? Yes, we can. Fluid tank. So we need some iron bars. And let's get the other version. There we go. So 2 fluid tanks. And then we're going to need a simple machine chassis. Have to use one of our cranes of infinity. And then we should have the industrial dye blend from last time. So we'll just get that going. Perfect. And then this should be all we need to make the vat. There is the vat. And then to make hooch, let's go get another conduit for power. And to make hooch, it's not that bad. We need 3 times, or I guess 1.6 times. Let's see, what's something that's nice and even numbers? Sugar and 4 potatoes, flour, seeds. Sugar and seeds. I believe we'll need 4, 2, and a bunch of water. So we should also get some. We'll do water manually. So seeds. If I know how this works correctly, 4 sugar. Actually, it was only 2 sugar. And 1, 2. Be easier just to go up here. 3, 4. Then we need a capacitor. Okay, let's get an octadic capacitor because we have some laying around, and they are fast. All right, that is going to work once I set up power. And that is actually pretty quick. So, yeah. We'll need to grab our water again. And bucket of hooch. So that is a pretty easy quest. And then distilled rocket fuel. That is going to be probably a little bit worse. So we're going to need hooch. Luckily it's a 1-to-1 with redstone and gunpowder. So we'll put that back. What's the quest say? Hooch was okay, but there's no doubt in my mind that there are hotter burning fuels out there. Rocket fuel can lift massive shuttles into space and should be more than enough for my power needs. Yeah, probably. Gunpowder. And redstone. So I've never really figured out what the numbers mean for the vat. It's always been kind of confusing to me, to be perfectly honest. But this is really quick, so we're just going to go ahead and do it. Between episodes, I'm going to get some more cobalt and have a little bit of a stock of that, hopefully. Alright, there is rocket fuel. And of course, there's something else. Alright, so high-class refined fuel. Who am I kidding? You can never have too much RF. So, refined fuel, we need... Oh boy. Naphtha, crude oil, bitumen. Magma crucible for bitumen to get crude oil, which then we can make. It's not perfect 1-to-1 unless we use a reflux column. Okay. Blaze rod, we don't have access to that, I don't believe. Let's just dump that in there. Do we have any blaze rods? No. Alright, so we will look at that one later. We'll do that one next time. But let's go ahead and open these, rewards. I was going to say 2 rewards. So 6 rare rewards. Spaghetti, absorption, flint. The endstone is really nice. All that's pretty good. Except for, obviously, don't really care about those. Don't really care about the spaghetti. Absorption is nice. Endstone is nice. Nether quartz is nice. And, ooh, what are you? A very fast, high level. Okay. Mining speed 39. For the record, that is ridiculous. Okay, that is cool. I'm going to put that in there. Alright, so 2 things we need to do. We need to head back over here. I don't know where that skeleton was, but they really were trying. And We have Vulcanite Sword, 13.5 attack. That is so much better. Mending, Looting, Fire Aspect, plus Fire Blade. That is really good. We have a Bronze Shield. That's kind of whatever. Vulcanite Armor, which gives you Fire Immunity. That is probably going to come in handy. And a bunch of... So, Splash Potion of Greek Fire and Fire Resistance Potions. All really good stuff. So... with that taken care of, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We will take the fishing rod. I don't know why sometimes the hatchet doesn't actually break whatever you're trying to break. But okay, so let's head back to the historian. Historian Jeff, and it's time to get our next book. So, the Catacombs of Summerhaven. Looks like we're going underneath the area. So, Priest Jonas. Oh no, that looks like we're going underneath the church. All right, let's stay in here and read it. So, I, Priest Jonas of the Order of the Four, write these lines down for my successors. I looked for the hidden catacombs of Summerhaven for too long now, and my old age keeps me from searching further. Here's all the information I gathered in the last decade. The remains of Sir Arthur of Astyr, founder of Summerhaven, should rest in the mausoleum in the catacombs guarded by his former knights. Okay. The catacombs are presumably haunted with the souls of many Summerhaven people. There should be a mechanism in the church to reveal a secret path to the catacombs, because I found the following text in ancient scrolls. Enter the domain of the Four, go to his heart, and take what's left. The path shall then open under your feet. The domain of the Four is the church, and his heart probably the altar. I can't figure out. Okay. So, we kind of already knew that there was a... They're sticky pistons. Excuse me. Hi. The Holy Book. Okay, sure, let's read it. And then he placed his hand on his heart and said, "People, this is why war is wrong. These soldiers taking the lives of thousands of innocents for the glory of a selfish king." I don't know that the people that made this are native English speakers. This cannot last. We have to rise against them and restore peace to the realm. Michael, the old farmer, said goodbye to his daughter and son as they joined the crew going east to meet Rudolph, the man who stood against the king. Book goes on like this for hundreds of pages, telling the story of Rudolph, which will then be known as the bringer of peace and the first priest of the Order of the Four. There's some bread. Ink sacks. Okay, so here is the altar. I have no clue to the answer of this puzzle. But I'm sure there is something. And I'm sure it's not terribly terrible to find out. So let's talk to Priest Varia. The Bag of Holding would be really nice. 16 Grains of Infinity. That might be something we invest in. So, what's the Catacombs clue? So, enter the domain of the Four. Go to his heart and take what's left. So, altar would be this. Do I just break those? No? Alright. So, I'll tell you guys what. Let's go ahead. This episode has gone on long enough. Let's go ahead and end things off here. And I will repair the altar for one. I will figure out what's going on here. And try my best to not just dig down. Because I know there's sticky pistons. I know that there's sticky pistons. And so, we'll figure out what's going on, and then next time, I guess we're exploring the catacombs. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!